Paris, the former French President Nicolas Sarkozy was found guilty and sentenced to prison by a court in Paris on Monday on charges of corruption and influence peddling, only the second time in modern French history that a former president has been convicted of a crime. The conviction was the culmination of just one of several long-running legal entanglements that are coming to a head for the politician who led France from 2007 to 2012. Mr. Sarkozy, 66, has always denied any wrongdoing, and he quickly announced he would appeal. He still holds considerable sway among French conservatives, but the conviction could undermine his broader standing in French politics and dash any hopes of mounting yet another comeback ahead of the 2022 presidential elections, especially for a politician who has fashioned himself as particularly tough on crime. Mr. Sarkozy was found guilty of trying to illegally obtain information on another case against him from a judge in return for promises to use his influence to secure a prestigious job for the judge. Jean-François Bohnert, the head of the Financial Prosecutor's Office, which handled the case against Mr. Sarkozy, noted in a statement that the judges had found his actions particularly serious, having been committed by a former president of the Republic who was once the guarantor of an independent judiciary. Jacqueline Laffont, Mr. Sarkozy's lawyer, told reporters that he would appeal the conviction, calling the ruling totally baseless and unjustified. While the court handed down a 3-year prison sentence, 2 of those years were suspended. If Mr. Sarkozy commits a new crime within a given time frame, a court could then order the full sentence to be served. Mr. Sarkozy can request that his 1-year term be served outside prison, for instance at home with an electronic bracelet. But Mr. Sarkozy's appeal places the entire sentence on hold. The conviction does not bar Mr. Sarkozy from running for office, although he has not publicly expressed any such desire. "It's a hard blow," said Pascal Perrineau, a political science professor at the Sciences Po University in Paris, noting that despite his legal worries since leaving office, Mr. Sarkozy had cultivated the image of an irreplaceable kingmaker who acted behind the scenes on the French right, aided in part by the lack of a clear political successor. He filled the void and appeared as a moral authority, and a possible option for 2022, Mr. Perrineau said. His conviction, if confirmed, robs him of this stature. Until Monday, only one president in recent French history had been found guilty by a court of law, Jacques Chirac, who was convicted in 2011 of embezzling and misusing public funds when he was mayor of Paris. Chirac was the first French head of state to stand trial since Marshal Philippe Pétain was found guilty of treason at the end of World War II for collaborating with Nazi Germany. Mr.